Hello, homie. I'm not Tony. But if I was Tony, I'd tell you about the best signs you can get at LC Signs. I'm Fox Wild, so I'm going to tell you, if you want to read some great novels written by an amazing author such as myself, then you need to go to wattpad.com/foxwild42, where my amazing novels equal to the quality of the LC Signs are posted on wattpad.com. And if you'd like to support the Foxy One, aside from liking and subscribing, you can donate funds at paypal.me/foxwild42. I'm talking about a video here today I'm going over it, doing my commentary. It's from The Modern King. The video is, well, it says it's boss babes getting owned or humbled or whatever, but this first clip, well, I'm going to play it and I'll throw in my commentary as we go along. Here on Channel 42.
Guys, these guys. Excuse me, guys. Are any of you guys single and looking for a wife at all?
Yeah, you're totally the wrong.
Oh,
Rejected.
Yeah, rejected hard. These women have gotten so desperate for men because they're sitting here wondering, where have all the good men gone? We haven't gone anywhere. A lot of them might be in your friend zone, or, well, they're fighting against the matriarchy. And they don't want anything to do with the matriarchy, and instead of complaining about it, well, we're gaming or hiding out someplace or just sitting at home, you know, working on our house, mowing our lawn, you know, doing man things. Maybe going out with the boys fishing. And it's almost time for the annual religious event up here in Minnesota. That's, the deer hunting. So that's where all the good men have gone. They're out in the duck blinds and getting ready to go out and bang a few bucks.
I'm a deer hunter, how do you do? I got the deer hunting rapping tale for you.
Okay, let's take a look at this next one. This girl needs to hit the gym.
Get ready with me to go find a husband. I'm gonna play a little music while I'm getting ready, but yeah, I'm gonna go find a husband today. I might not be successful, but we're gonna try. I'm also trying to figure out where I'm gonna find a husband at.
She's putting on all this makeup, trying to get ready, and she's built like a rhinoceros. If she wants to get ready to go out and meet men, she needs to put on an Iron Man costume, honestly.
I would go to like a Home Depot or something, but I don't want to go to Home Depot and I don't need anything.
She doesn't want to go to a Home Depot, not because she doesn't want to buy or isn't going to buy anything. They keep trying to move her with a forklift.
Some say that chivalry is dead, but I say you can be chivalrous and a feminist at the same time. See? I think you would be nice. Hi, my name is Jerm Hoff. I've been married for 12 years and I am a feminist. You know, a lot of men have trouble saying that they're a feminist because they think it's emasculating or something, but not me. I believe that men and women are equal.
And that is what women want, yet when they get treated equal, then they complain and ask, where have all the good men gone? We're only giving them what they asked for. And in this video, this Jerm Hoff, or whatever his name is, the only thing he's actually doing is acting like a modern day woman. Put that in your biological computer for a moment. If the only thing this fine gentleman is doing is acting like a woman, and you're a woman, and you feel like complaining, back at you, sister. I know, you'll need that explained to you, but because you're from Rio Linda mentally. It's because we don't like being treated like that either. That's the point.
Anything I can do, my wife can do too. The idea that just because I have testosterone, I'm better at things is reductive, and quite frankly, it's insulting. Honey, you get that tire changed yet? I'm meeting the guys for a brewski in about 20 minutes, so if we could move that along.
Isn't that the truth, fellas? How many times has your woman wanted you to get something done? No, not me personally, because, I'm the king of my castle. But I've seen a lot of videos where a lot of the men, their wives want to go out and go clubbing with the girls. It's a girls' night. How many times have they wanted you to get things done or give them money so they can go out? That's why I say he's just acting like a modern woman in this video. That's all he's doing, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I have a question for all of the single straight men.
Present.
What are you doing? Because every single day, I walk out of my front door to the most beautiful, gorgeous, just goddesses of women.
Why are you
walking around
dating them
living their
then?
best life like they're just not heaven on earth. So what are you doing?
If these women are so freaking awesome and she thinks they're that hot, okay, then date them. Oh yeah, the divorce rate among Lesbanese is 72%, 78%. I've seen both sets of numbers vary between 72 and 78. I've heard it both ways. Maybe because we see things differently, because, well, if you took the war paint off and got out behind the mask, it's kind of like Iron Man. He doesn't look quite exactly like you think he would. I mean, let's face it, the actor that plays Iron Man is not someone like Van Diesel that you would normally picture in a tough guy role. Or, you know, Jet Li. What we see when we look at these, what you allege are gorgeous women, is things like, well, it's going to be $200 for her nails, $500 for her hair, she's going to want me to pay her rent, she's going to want me to pay her insurance, she's going to want jewelry, she's going to want that Chanel bag. That's not gorgeous to us. You see these gorgeous women with all this stuff, that means more than likely a man got it for that strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Right? Let's continue.
Why are you fumbling the bag? Why are you single? Why are you not just...
Is that a rhetorical question, babe? Why are we single? Because we don't want to work our job and give all the money to you, have you turn around, see some other Chad take off and leave us holding the bag. You always leave me holding the bag. Don't you know it's getting pretty heavy to drag? And it is, ladies. The problem is you don't want to accept the responsibility for your own actions, and, well, it's coming full circle. You asked for it, you're getting it. You wanted men to leave you alone, they're leaving you alone. Even myself, in my own quest to find a unicorn, because, hey, I'm single and I'm a find, I'm a catch. And by today's standards, I'm a brokey, because I'm on disability. But even in that condition, in that state, I have way more to offer than any woman. Because, well, I'm a man and I know how to build businesses. I've got a lot of business experience behind me. I don't bring any one thing to the table. I fill the mother effing table. So much so it collapses. Because I know how to build light manufacturing, I know about advertising, I know how to work people and do sales, things like that. And that's my goal, is to find a woman who has some bucks so we can build something together, so I can start over again. I was on that path with my second wife when she figured out that, golly gee whiz, he's complaining about employee problems. And I did. I complained about employee problems. She looks at me and she goes, but you don't have any employees. No shit. Guess in order to have employee problems, I'm going to have to get some employees, aren't I? That's when she figured out, oh crap, I'm not going to be misimportant making all the money for the household. He's about to actually do this and start manufacturing and selling stuff. Then miraculously, it's all my fault and she blows up the marriage. I still want to do that manufacturing, and that's bringing a lot to the table. But the woman has to be willing to work beside me and with me and not be her own woman. That's the kind of thing that men are looking for, is a woman that will be the helpmate, like the Torah talks about, to stand beside him to build him up, not be a frickin' parasite that leeches off of him and a nag that every time he walks in the door, the good men haven't gone anyplace. We don't see you as beautiful. We see you as a problem that we have to deal with. So chick, you date them. We're not going to. You're high maintenance, high baggage, high problems, and low value.
Snatching up all of these amazing, beautiful, smart, educated, sexy women, because they're everywhere I
And
look.
there again is another problem. Smart, not compared to a man. It tells us in the Tanakh many times that the reasoning of women is like unto children. The thoughts of women are compared to children time and time again, and you see that in today's modern culture. All these boss babes end up thinking like children. They can't understand why they're having problems because they don't want to accept the responsibility that they're just getting the fruits of their labors. And as far as educated, I'd rather have an uneducated backwaters chick that tends to wet the bed and suck her thumb but works with me and doesn't run me down, and if I tell her to do something, she does it. If I show her how to do something, she does it. I don't have to show her 20 times, and she doesn't sit there and try to explain to me why she's right, yet everything she does keeps screwing up. So educated? No. That's lipstick on a pig. Figure it out.
Sexy women, because they're everywhere I look. Get it together.
If they are single, that's because the men they want nothing to do with them. Your looks means nothing when your personality is less likable than a mosquito. They have this false assumption that men are supposed to tolerate anything and everything as long as she is
The king ain't
attractive.
lying.
Unfortunately,
And he's basically echoing what I just said. The man is spot on.
Why did you and your ex break up?
I got my dream job and I said bye.
So you got your dream job and you said bye?
Hey, that sounds familiar. My ex, when we first were together, she was working minimum wage, basic entry jobs and not doing well at that. Then I got involved. I got her involved in corporate America, got her 2 years of experience, and then started working her towards a job that was what her degree was made for, or the degree that she worked to get was for. And it wasn't long after that, she decided she didn't need a man no more. She will never progress any higher because of her personality and her work habits than where she already is. That's all and that's why men don't want anything to do with women, the modern woman today, because as soon as they get what they want or see something better, like a fart in the wind, they're gone.
Hello.
Do I deserve more or less?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm asking you.
Well, probably less.
Even now, when my voice is lower than yours.
Even less now.
Said you're not welcome on campus, prick.
Oh, look at this guy. Nice jorts.
Do you know who invented Wi-Fi?
Let me guess, a woman?
Well, yeah, so if it wasn't for a woman, your podcast, you wouldn't have one, and it wouldn't have gotten demonetized.
And we do direct connect on our pod, so...
I don't care.
Wi-Fi is... Oh, now it's I don't care. Okay, great.
Hello, sir?
Make sure to hit the gym as well.
Common reaction when they're faced with logic and facts. I don't care, they get angry. That's the leftist side, as well as the childish mindset of the female. Once they're proven wrong, their immediate reaction is, instead of learning from the experience, to get angry and yell at you because you proved them wrong. Make it make sense.
Hi, would you like to have an actual conversation?
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I teach guys to avoid women like you, as a matter of fact.
Thank you, stay away
Yeah,
from me.
yeah, well...
When you come up aggressive and angry, well, you're going to get treated that way because that's what we expect from you. And often we can see it just from your face. And she leave. We're not asking you to leave angry. Just leave.
I don't know. You should be in the kitchen somewhere, but it's fine. We'll have this discussion.
Don't even think about it. All right?
Think about what?
Don't even think about it. It's not happening. They tried to get my number, and I immediately said no. Go away.
I'm sure this is just, he's playing something out. They probably did absolutely nothing, but this is something you'll see when dealing with women in the modern world. Well, throughout history, they like to yell and try and talk over you. And you'll see that on a lot of like the Whatever podcasts and some of these other podcasts. They can't make an argument or they can't accept anything, so the only thing they do is keep running the yabber bapper and try to talk over you and try to just drown you out. That's not going to win you much, because if you're not taking in information, well, ignorance is not bliss. Just because you can talk over somebody and drown them out doesn't mean that because of what they're saying, that you don't like it, is going to make it go away. If someone's telling you, hey, you have a flat tire, and you're like, no, I have a boyfriend, and they try to say no, something to get your attention, and all you do is yell and talk over them, they're going to get upset, leave you, they're just, and fine, whatever, leave. You're going to remain upset, drive off on a flat tire, and well, if you cut the sidewall, you're done. Just because you talk over somebody and get louder than them and drown them out and make them leave doesn't change reality. And he was playing it up because that's how a lot of women act. And when a woman walks away from a man and they're like, the typical reaction is, you don't say anything, you just keep walking.
I be tired of getting called intimidated because we don't be liking some of y'all. I ain't saying it's all women. I would never say that. What I will say is that I think a good amount of women hate when men lead with their accomplishments, lead with their material, lead with their position in life. And because we all learn success from the same model, some women do that too. Shorty, I don't give a about most of that you talking about. You're not likable. Them last 8 years in college is all the personality you got. It's all the you talking campus still, shorty. You don't like I'm not trying to take away from what anyone has accomplished. It's just to say that like some people really are lack self-awareness and think because they've accomplished so much on paper that translates to being a good person in everybody else's life.
The man speaking the truth, and you somehow think that all these accomplishments matter to us. They matter to you, they matter to other women, so you can promote yourself. But what the average man is looking for is someone who brings peace and serenity to the home. Somebody who will work with them, not against them. That's what a lot of these women have the misconception of, and I've said this before, man and woman were not placed on this earth to compete against each other and to bump heads constantly, but to compete with each other against this world. In other words, a man and a woman are to leave and cleave to each other and build something together and stand beside each other. In this modern world, especially with a lot of these women who have baggage, i.e. chillins, that's not our legacy, and you expect us to pay for them as well. That's a huge red flag for us, because y'all say something that really hits a chord in us and we don't want a part of it. My children will always come first. Okay, if your children come first, then why the hell are you out dating? Shouldn't you be putting your children first instead of out trying to scratch that primal itch? And if your children always come first, that means we, as the man, always fall into fourth place. Let me explain it, because most women are from Rio Linda mindset. Number one is going to be yourself, and if your kids always come first, that means they're number two, even though they're actually number three, because going out with the girls will be number two, and then there's your job, your kids, and then us. That's why we fall into the fourth place position. What man wants to be runner-up to all that?
And it don't. It does not. Being accomplished does not make you likable. They don't even kind of equal each other.
I think this mindset comes from them believing they are owed things simply for existing. Because of this entitled mindset that makes them think they own rights to your money, life, protection, attention, and commitment, we see examples of women complaining that they can't find a man despite all of their accomplishments, instead of doing any amount of self-reflection.
And you see this in a lot of podcasts and videos on the street when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? Their main answer is, I bring me. How is that any different than the millions of other women out there? Why do we have to bring any more to the table than you do? Us. Because you actually need men, you want men, because even despite the fact that you're a strong, independent woman, you want somebody else to do all the work for you. And that's what you're feeling the effects of. You've been living that way, you've been talking that way. Hey, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Rings so true, because ladies, you're getting it.
As to why men are actually avoiding them, they default to men are simply intimidated by their success.
We're not intimidated. Fed up and intimidated are two entirely different things. If you intimidate something like a dog or a horse or another person, they become compliant and will do whatever you ask because they feel intimidated. Avoiding you, not wanting to do anything with you, walking away from you, telling you to take a hike, that's fed up. That's why you can't find any good men. It's not that they're intimidated, otherwise they'd be out there dating you, giving you everything you ask for, instead of staying at home, gaming, or hanging with their friends, and not dealing with you, because they're fed up.
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
Well, I feel like there should be like a minimum, but not a most. If you want to go, beyond, that's on you. But like a minimum, I feel like if I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna use all my products to come out with you,
all their products. How much of the value of that product are you actually using each night? She'll go on to list of, $200 for this, $400 for that. Are you using it all at one time? And is that by your choice or the man's? I just watched a video, it was, I believe, by Emily W. King not too long ago. This woman was simply amazed. She went out in an old sweatshirt and sweatpants, and she got hit on. Her hair wasn't done, no makeup, and she was absolutely flabbergasted as to why a man would hit on her at that point. Because you looked natural, you looked real. You looked like somebody that you looked like you would if we woke up next to you in the morning. Which brings to mind a country western song, She Don't Know She's Beautiful. And the man sings about how she don't understand why in the morning when her hair is all a mess that he thinks she looks her best.
Morning comes and her hair's all a mess. That's when she thinks she looks her worst.
That's men, ladies. We don't want all the makeup and all the pomp and circumstance that you go for. That's not what we're dating. We want to know the person that we're with, because we want somebody who brings peace and calm to our world, somebody who builds us up and cares about us and will put in as much effort into the home building as we do. And typically as men, we go out and labor. And your ass belongs in the kitchen. And when we get home, you make us feel welcome. That's what men want. We don't care about your career, how much you've accomplished, because that's our responsibility. You've decided to make it yours and try and promenade around like that means something to us, and now you're facing the staunch reality, we don't care. We simply don't give a rat's tail section. And now you're wondering, but I've done all this. Yeah, can you cook a meal from scratch? That matters more to a man than a PhD.
I need like a minimum of $200. A minimum, and that's like being nice.
And what does the man get in return for that?
My presence?
My presence.
What, aren't you having his presence within you already?
I hear you, but no. No.
And why is there a minimum to spend on a date? Yet, if that were to be flipped around, okay, I'm spending this much amount of money, I expect you to do this for me, and this for me, well, then we'd be just misogynistic. So you have expectations of us, but we're not allowed to have any expectations of you. It's time, gentlemen, we fight against the matriarchy.
I mean, like, I'm here to get
different?
to know you. I'm here to get to know you. You invited me out.
But he has to drop $200
Yeah. Because
minimum.
Yeah. Because you
just
invited
because
me out.
just because you have to do your makeup.
Because I have to. Okay, so we're gonna do the math. My moisturizer is $400. My eye cream is $300. My serum is like another $300. My makeup, not included. So if I have to spend, that's my money. I'm spending my money on these products. I'm gonna use these products.
What are you using them for, though?
For myself.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use these products and I'm gonna show up because it's not like I'm gonna show up in sweats.
The man doesn't owe you anything if you're just getting to know each other.
If you're inviting me out, you owe me a date.
How about you just come over and drink wine and let's watch Netflix?
I'm not your friend. I'm not, no.
Whatever happened to women coming with a dowry? You used to pay the bride price for the woman, and the father of the bride, to help the new couple starting out, would present you with a dowry. Now instead of that, we get presented with a passel of kids and all their expenses. The good men haven't gone anywheres, ladies. They're in your friend zone. You pass by them every day. They've just had enough. Anyways, I'm going to close this one out on this video. Check out my novels at wattpad.com/foxwild42, and you can support my insanity at paypal.me/foxwild42. And if you're a woman who's not over the age of 21, because I have some pretty high standards, because I'm worth it, and I know I'm worth it because I'm accomplished. Yes, I am older, but I've got a long future ahead of me because I don't act my age to start with, and well, I highly doubt the Creator is going to let me off this rock easy. He hasn't let me yet. I've survived too much, and well, that's my value. If you're willing to work with me to build something my way, not your way, then check out the video, Date Fox Wild, Hunting a Unicorn. That's all I've got for this episode. Remember, guys, it's time to fight against the matriarchy. Don't let them have their way because, well, it's been said if women around the world, society would collapse, and that's what we're seeing, a slow collapse because the matriarchy has taken over. See you later here on Channel 42. Semper Fi, Semper Paratus.